All right, in section 1, we've got a word problem, so that means we need to mark the text. So let's read through this question and decide what's important. All right, the Mesquite Big Lots is combining its inventory with a nearby store so that it may close. The inventories of the two stores are represented by the polynomials below. Polynomials might be important for us to get. And underneath that, we have a polynomial that represents the inventory of the Pleasant Grove location, and then another polynomial that represents the inventory of the Mesquite location. Now, I still don't see a question, so that means I need to keep reading. Down here it says, which expression, right, so we're looking for an expression. That means we're going to probably have some variables in our answers, represents the combined inventory of the two stores. So I think to figure out what we need to do, we need to figure out what they mean by the word combined right here. And combined usually means addition. So that means we're going to be taking our Pleasant Grove location and our Mesquite location and adding those items together. So I'm going to just put this all in one line, right? So the Pleasant Grove location is represented by, so I have Pleasant Grove, and that's going to be represented by 5/4 b squared minus 2b plus 8. So this entire expression represents the Pleasant Grove location's inventory. And then I'm going to add to that the Mesquite location. You got to put that in parentheses because all of that is one location. Wow, this is hard to write with. Plus 4b minus 9. All right, so now we're adding Pleasant Grove plus Mesquite. And make sure y'all are writing this down on your notes as well. And again, we're adding these because of the word combined. And so now if we're combining, think about what that means. We're combining like terms. So the first thing we need to do is address this set of parentheses right here. We need to see if there's a number in front of the parentheses or if there's a number outside of the parentheses, such as an exponent. There isn't anything, so we don't need them. So for the sake of space on my paper, I'm just going to erase those parentheses because we're not doubling the inventory or anything like that. All right, so now we're going to look for some like terms. So I'm going to look for, my first thing I have here is 5/4 b squared. And so I'm going to look for other b squared terms. And I have one over here. So I've got 5/4 b squared plus 1/2 b squared. Because I have a fraction, I'm going to check that out in my calculator. So control divide 5/4 and then plus control divide 1/2 and then just press enter. And so it looks like that's going to be 7/4. All right, so my b squareds are going to be 7/4 b squared. So right away, when I look at my answer choices, I should make sure that my coefficient of b squared goes with 7/4. And when you look at your answer choices, we can see that letter C does not have a coefficient, letter A does not have a coefficient of 7/4, so I'm going to go ahead and cross that out. All right, and then now let me change colors here. We've got -2b. We need to find other terms that have a b in it. So not this one, but this over here. So -2b plus 4b is what I'd be looking for. So I'm just going to do -2 plus 4. And then that's going to give me +2. So I'm going to have +2b And then last but not least, we've got a positive 8 and a negative 9. So positive 8 and a negative 9. I'm just going to do 8 plus negative 9. So that would be negative 1 or minus 1. So my final solution should have 7/4 b to the power of 2 plus 2b minus 1. So that looks like it's going to be answer choice B. At this point, if you need to rewatch the video, please do. Make sure you've got all the notes. If you have any questions, make sure you're letting your teacher know. And if you think you've kind of got the idea of this practice question, you're going to go ahead and move on to the section 1 practice questions, and you need to get 3 out of 4 correct until you can move on to the next one. All right, thanks.